God, you are created, male and female is created, then created them. Amen. But then when he created us, after finishing everything, after creating everything, the next thing God says was, go, man, subdue earth and rule over the fish. But then we said last week that that looks like a solid plan last week. After a man has finished building the house, then the next thing we need to do, according to the plan, to make the house. So we as children of God, the plan of God is for you and I to subdue how the Father has for us. Now, to subdue, brethren, means that God has delegated some work to you and I, and is expecting the result. So the question comes, what is a good way for making plans to subdue? How do you subdue? What makes you subdue? What are the things that you need to have to subdue, to rule in the affairs of men, to reign, to be successful? Everything needs plans. The Bible says God created heaven and earth, the first day, the second, the third day. He had a plan for every day. After he had finished everything, then he now did what? Asked you to go and move over all everything that he did. The Bible tells us that in the beginning of Eden, that when Adam and Eve had problems with God, God walked out. Then 2,000 years or 2,000 years afterwards, what he did, he made plans to do what? To bring Jesus to reconcile us. After Jesus was nailed to the cross, again, he made plans for reconciliation sometime. We said that God, we all maybe designed us for America, we clearly see the demarcation in physics. And God is the Lord of all these things. He has plans. But then when we plant corn does not go overnight. When we plant apple, it does not go overnight. He has a plan. So therefore, brethren, you and I must not live every day and see there is nothing at stake. You must plan your life. You must have a 20-year plan, a 10-year plan. If you now divide it up so that you now have days. The 10-year plan, you cut it into maybe 10 years. 10 years, you have 5 years. 5 years, you have 1 year. What do I do today? Every single thing you do must make sense. Why am I going to church? What have I achieved today? Every day when I come in, I write down things I need to achieve for today. I begin to check back. That's how I plan. So, brother, let's talk about it now. We now said last week, number one thing is football. So we need 7 things. Number one thing is football is what? Is what? Goals. Okay, we can talk about what did you say about goals? We should have smart goals. Thank you very much. Smart goals. What are the smart? What is smart? Measurable. So we have goals, and we said that those goals, we must get the goals purpose from God, and God will give us this is what I want to achieve in your life. Then, this is what I want to do this year. I'm going to give you a husband. Brethren, he has achieved that. You now begin to live with your husband, and you promise us that you and your husband, you will not beg for bread. Am I saying something? But that's the plan. Today might look very difficult, but in the plan of God, next year is going to be better. Am I saying something? So that's how God works. So what are the goals for this year? I want to be a medical doctor. I want to be I want to work with God better than I did last year. What do I need to do? Start foundation plan. Go to workouts and training. To eat meal, begin to work with God. And as you do that, God will help us in Jesus. Number 2 is what? Present assessment. Okay, who's going to say something about it? Present assessment. your present resources, what you have at hand right now. You are taking good things. What is my condition? What is my condition? What will take me to get to where I am to where I want to get to? That you identify it. Very, very important, brother. As a church, we have to look at where we want to go, where we want to get to, what we want to achieve. Then we look at what we have inside our spiritual health department or building your capacity. Building your what? Capacity. You might have an individual, two individuals, but they might have different capacities. That's true. At times, the easy way to say it is that they have two individuals, the same age, the same whatever, but one can easily cry, and the other is so, you know what I'm saying? They have capacity or they have tolerance. The way we have capacity we have different capacities to take pain. That's true. The way one can take pain, the other cannot take pain. So therefore, brethren, in your own life, you must develop your capacity to be successful, capacity to plan, capacity to move forward, to develop. So you look at the capacity you have, where I'm going to, am I able to work within the capacity of where I want to go? For instance, if I have a 18-year-old or 35-year-old and a 35-year-old woman. The 25-year-old woman might not have capacity for marriage, and 25 years old have capacity for what? For marriage. So you must develop yourself to get confidence. Now, brethren, a lot of us are I can imagine what the church has said that this is not really important. So I'm beginning to panic. Now you are looking at you have plans for retirement and all. So you must look at now. The life I want to live at 70, I have to build it now. Not there. So these are the things that you must look at. Where am I right now and where am I going? Okay. Now, the third one. We had Engineer Bello here too. But amen, sir. Amen, sir. Number 3 is what? Start, you just stand up and just tell us everything. Just you are the one, just let's do this. Someone just stand here. Just which is everybody. Just me. Is there anyone here who is every one of us? Connection. Okay, say one. Money, which is everybody's disease. Okay. Skills. Okay. Do I have the right skills? Brethren, when I came into the country, I had business skills. When I left university in Nigeria, after I finished service in Nigeria, we have something called service. It was like serving the nation. They said to someone, then I started business. I have a master's degree, but I didn't work with a master's degree. So when I came in here, I had to learn new skills. And many of us know that this country is such that there is tendency that you have to learn new skills. Is that true? Or the skills that you have learned in Nigeria, or wherever we come from in Africa, or wherever we come from, we have to relearn. It's called learning, unlearning, and relearning. How many know about that thing? Learning, unlearning, and relearning. So you must be ready to do it. You must be ready to do what it takes. I started off with something, I did security. After security, I went to mental health. I wrote a resume that how are you laughing? I wrote a resume. I have master's degree in sociology, so that I used to work in Arrow. So mentally retarded people, because I was looking for the job. What I saw in that job, so the population I was working with was mentally challenged. You are working in the corridor, all your senses was right. Just from the room, someone just run out. Oh God. When you are taking them, you must be careful because that they want to bite you. You know what I'm saying? That they don't let me bite you, don't let me bite you. I thank God, okay? You know, we have different. Praise the God. So finally, I had to, and I went to computer school. I was very, very outside class. Okay, so now go to the fourth one. Take action. What are the actions? And the first something very important. Remember, plan your work. Okay. Plan your work. Can you explain it? He said we must plan your work. Then once you plan it, you must ensure that you work that plan. Meaning that you have segmented the year into like 4 quarters or quarters. And you have said this year I'm going to go to the school. Today I'm going to go to the school. I'm going to take the form. I'm going to fill the form. I'm going to submit the form. Now you have to really, really begin to work those steps one by one. Then next time that okay, I need to get the realtor to find a house. I need to ask the realtor to take me out. I have to begin to one by one. And God will help us in Jesus' name. So quickly, now we have to talk about control. Is that true? Okay, let's talk about control. You need some way to determine if your plan is working. You need some ways, some mechanism to know if your plan is succeeding. One way is to form a budget and a financial system. Some mechanism and checkpoints must be devised to verify if you're on target to reaching your goal. The principles on time management are good for this case, brother. You must ensure that I want to be a nurse. For instance, I want to be a nurse. By the time you begin to do practical, you will know if you want to be a nurse instead of just like you want. Is that true? Yes. Now, so you must put some controls in place that will trigger off if it's what you want to do or you are on the wrong path. Look, I'll give you an example. So I will make this pattern. I'll give you an example. Okay. I know that's not the control there. That's not the control. You tell me what you talk about the control. The control that you need. You must be able to, for instance, you want to start a venture. You must set parameters in place that will allow you to see if truly these things you want to do will work. For instance, you look at the way probably if you want to go to school, how am I doing in school? Do I really have capacity for this particular thing I'm doing? Am I enjoying it? Because everything you do, brother, you must enjoy it. You must enjoy it. Am I enjoying it? Is this something that I want to do all the days of my life? Because I know someone after nothing, after I've said this for several times, I went somewhere sometimes and saw a guy who was doing government security, pay a lot of money. And I saw him and like, something is wrong here. I went to him and said, my brother, something is too wrong here. He said, I know. said, you to I need to be a nurse. Okay. Said, after he finished up here, no, said after I finished up here, I started working at the hospital. I knew it was not for me, but I knew it was not for me. I didn't like it. So, brethren, you must be the right peg in the right hole. Am I saying something? Not everybody likes to be a nurse. Not everybody wants to be a lawyer. Not everybody wants to be a doctor. Not so you must have parameters in place that will help you. Then, like Brother Lama was saying, the second thing you must do, brethren, is that you must ensure, because at times when we start to do something, things change during, things are likely to change after you start what you want to do. Make sure that you have mechanism in place to rearrange yourself too. You know what I mean by that? Okay, let's say for instance, when this church started, except for some few people that are still there, but there are some that are really, really, really wise. I was them right to me big time. If I don't make arrangements immediately to reorientate myself to work with people that God has given me, they are targeting the problem. Am I saying something? But you marry someone, then you are all here when we talk about marriage equilibrium. You enter the relationship with a particular equilibrium, is that true? When you enter, the equilibrium change. What do you do by yourself? You make adjustments. So you to yourself, you must make adjustments. You are going to school, you are looking for a house, you started with $400,000 house that I'm looking for. By the time they show you 400,000, let's do 400,000. You are looking for 120. By the time they show you $120,000 houses, you are like, I don't really think I want to do what I'm saying. What do? You rearrange yourself. Okay, 400,000. You are like, well, it's not the thing. But they calculated the thing. This I cannot do. What do? You rearrange yourself. So it's always very, very important. This is true that you are talking about. Be prepared to make adjustments. Circumstances change in life. Please always be ready to make adjustments. Now, if you go to Seeking His Presence meetings that we have, we set out to do some things. By the time we get there, we find out that, oh, it's a different ball game. You are just. You are just. The man that carries, how many of us have seen people walk on rope? That same rope. What are they called? Tight rope. Tight rope program. When they walk, they are not rigid. What will they do? They balance. So you must balance. You must balance. Thank God for America. You started school, you cannot continue for 1 year, you start very much, you chill. You get yourself together again, you go back. You get what I'm saying? So one thing is important. Even God himself, at times he readjusts. Let me give you the example of the children of Israel. They were supposed to enter into the into the promised land for how many days? 40 days. But things change along the way, is that true? But he still got them to the promised land. But he made adjustments. So you too must be ready to make adjustments as things go on. God make sure that target and that focus, you don't lose it. And God will help us in Jesus. Did we get something from there? Okay. Now, let's go to the next one. Minimize risk. Minimize what? Risk. In financial circles, this is very, very important. Because you risk what? Management. Risk management. I did a training for some folks in Dubai, I think about 2 years ago, on risk management. Mr. Osomo can really help us with our risk management. But let's read 1 Corinthians 7:21. 1 Corinthians 7:21. Minimize risk. Sorry. Hebrews 12:1. I'm sorry. Hebrews 12:1. My apologies. Hebrews 12:1. Yes, ma'am. People struggle. Every single thing, thank you very much, ma'am. Every single thing that will stop you from getting to your goal, you run away from it. But then we found out in our house that when we were, nobody told us this, but when we were training our children, we found out that all the, when they come back from school, the next thing they need to do is to write their homework. Is that true? But they rush that homework. Why? Because they want to do what? Watch television. You understand what I'm saying? So what did we do in our house? We banned television from Monday to Thursday. So purely they don't watch television Monday to Thursday. But from Friday, when they get to the house, once they drop till Sunday, I don't stop them. Do your work, do your house chores, and watch television. Now, we have minimized what will not allow them to concentrate. Are you getting what I'm saying? So risk management. You remove all those things that will not allow you to get to where you want to get. Now, someone that has problem with money should not try to be a financial secretary. Is that the truth? You have to move away from there. Now, you have an exam on Sunday, you have an exam on Saturday, then you spend the whole day on Friday hanging out with folks. What are you doing? You are not managing your needs very well. Okay. Now, the bank will tell you that Brother Tolu I want to borrow money from Brother Tolu. Brother Tolu will look at all my risks. Okay, what are the loans that you have? What are every single thing that you have? They will now access me and they will now say, that's what they call credit. They will now look at your credit score. They will look at how you have paid back your loan in the past. That's why some of us we get to America, we are like, that this country, you must have a loan. And what are they doing with it? They just want to access if you are a good person by paying back your loan. That's just, it's a good history of paying back. So they access me, they look at, I make 40,000, then I have a loan of like about 1,500 every month. And they are still your friends there. They know that your loan to income ratio is what? Is high. They risk. You know what I'm saying? They pass you off. They say you will get the answer back in the day. When they say you get the answer back in the mail, so we know how to do this. They are faced with the straight. When they see the thing will just come up on the screen. Say thank you so much for coming back. You will get your application back. Or if they want to be nice, they will say, well, it was not approved. But the reason you get it back in the mail, so that the reason, don't worry about the reason. One day they told you, I said, don't even send it. So you have to, brethren, look at what will not allow you get to your destination. Brethren, you have to really write it down. We all know ourselves what our encumbrances are. Write it down and try to move away from it. Did you get something from there? Okay, number 7. Maximize what? Opportunities. Or in 1 Corinthians 7:1. That's all please do that. 1 Corinthians 7:1. Yes. Okay, man. Thank you, man. Brother Paul was saying now that you are called a slave or a servant. Don't worry about it. But when the opportunity comes for you to be free, what do? You are believing God. That's why it's always important for every one of us, brethren, that in whatever we are called to do, many of us want miracles immediately. But stay on the job. Stay where you want to be. As time goes on, trust me, doors will open. Have I said something? It's not perseverance. It's not passion. Doors will open. But now, there's a lot of us that are in what is called hurry. So Paul is saying here that you are a slave. They call you a slave. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about the time that you spend. Don't worry about the name they give to you. But a time will come that they will do what? An opportunity will come to be a free man. What do? Grasp it. So, brethren, in life, opportunities will come our way. In life, we must ask God to open our eyes to see the opportunity. We must ask God, those that serve God tenaciously, opportunities will come. Once they come, ask God to give us the grace to enter it. Let me just give an example in this country now. I've been opportuned by the grace of God to be around when two great opportunities came. The third one I didn't start very well. I'm sorry about the third one. The first one was the IT boom. I was into it. By the time some people came to join us, the thing was going down. You know what I mean? The real estate boom too. I was opportune when the thing was happening. A lot of people are making money. I was opportune. By the time some other people joined us, was when the thing was still what? And they were the ones that they got the first of the thing. Some people, they have this multi-level thing they were doing. You know the multi-level thing. I'm telling you, some made it silly out of that. Made it silly. By the time some people is doing it in your church, don't do the thing. They are dead already. I'm telling you the bottom line too. Because everybody wants to get, they're gone. So it is always better than once you see an opportunity, do what? Run for it. So God must sensitize your inner mind to quickly see that go for it now. Analytical mind, go for it now. You see a lot of your friends, they are doing very well. Go near them. What are you doing, my friend? Tell me what are you doing? Tell me what you are doing. Oh, because it's raining now. Because we are studying now. Oh, because quickly pray about it. Quickly pray about it. Ask God to open your eyes. Go for the course. Study it. And you will make money out of it. And God will help us. That's it. Now, let's ask questions. Let's ask. We spoke about control. We spoke about minimize risk. We spoke about maximize individually. What do you say that again? About 7 steps to make it. Sister, you know her? You know her? Yes. Now, parameters. Okay, you can help with that. But I said, I hope you graduate from any other person to take other words. I wanted to use this example for the thank you for saying that. And I said, For instance, you want to be a medical doctor. Please, I beg you, don't do biology first. Always tell you do biology because you know what I'm saying. But in case what is required for you to have a first degree, that's before you do medicine. Now, a lot of people now go for the easy one. Let's not do biology. How about down the line, you think that how it has changed? What happened? Last talk with what? And biology opportunities like history is limited. Actually, so it's limited. Am I saying something? Okay, man. Because I'm just right. Let's I would advise that you do something like physiotherapy, you do something like nursing, you do something like, are you getting what I'm saying? That's what I, yes, that's my advice. That's what I do. So let's talk about example study. But what I'm saying, man, is that at the point in which you think things are not working out well, and else you might be stuck with what you do. Now, you think that you become a doctor, that something happened down the line, and you don't think you can do how many years again? How many, another 6 years. Am I saying so? Another 6 years. Then you have finished history. I'm just using that as you understand. I'm using myself. That you have finished, then you find yourself that I don't really like what I'm doing now. Now, to get to now, what you have right now, it takes another effort, man. It's okay, man, I know, man, but it takes another effort to get to. So on and route you going to medical school, I will always advise do something strong that can be like a fallback. That is that's what I'm just advising. I know that in this country, whatever you can go back. Even now, they say there's one 70-year-old man that went to, you can go back and do whatever you want to do, but just make sure that you assess the risk. But in assessing the risk, make sure that you have the solid fallback plan that is solid. Okay, that's what I was just saying. Okay, another person, run around. Yes, that's why we started from the one that you had to ask God for plan. You know what I'm saying? But per adventure, don't let it be too spiritual. At times when you had God in a haste, you know what I'm saying? Or you thought you had God. Did I see something? Okay. So quickly assess yourself. You know what I'm saying? You sign everything, you put in everything, and like it's like the judge, God, do you really want, and you receive the word. That I saw my daughter, I have other plans for you. Quickly make adjustments. It's better you make adjustments than knocking yourself. Did I say something? Because many times, many of us, we don't want to, we think it is what, how would I say? That is shameful for you to say that, oh, I have stopped that medical school, or I've stopped that You know what I'm saying? It's better that you begin to have, if something is not working, it's not working. The pastor was saying sometimes, said they started a program in their church, and the program was asking about 250 people to come during the week for the program, or maybe up to, I don't know. Then all of a sudden, there was 10 people. So when he just came to the program, he saw 10 people, said, "Are we not doing this program again?" He said, "So that's okay." Yeah. So he went back, said he checked the thing, from like 150 to like 10. They called the leader and said, "What is the problem?" He said, "That's believing God. He's sitting on this thing. This thing is not working again." Maybe at the first time you worked, you know what I'm saying? As time goes on, you have to be creative and dynamic. And the challenge with many of us that we don't want to be dynamic. Am I saying something? If you look at all these things, and thank God for all this S4, so Samsung, tablet. By the time you buy S4, S5 has come. By the time you buy, you are still learning how to use S5. S6 has come. So you have to always be, and as a church too, brethren, and you yourself, you have to keep learning. You don't stop. You have to keep learning. You have to keep learning. You have to keep learning. At the point, one of the reasons why I left the IT world was that because I struggled to learn ASP. ASP is a programming language. So I learned ASP. Before I knew it, ASP1 had come. This thing is, I was struggling. ASP2 had come. I said, this thing is stupid. My head was catching. I said, this thing was designed to mess me up in life. Let me just leave. So we have to. Anything you do, brother, anything that you do. Now, look at it here for those of us that follow news. They are saying that TV might not be TV again, is that true? And the new thing might be what? Netflix and the rest like that. A lot of people are coming into it, almost like about 5, all of a sudden. So, you have to be dynamic in what you do. And don't just keep yourself for something that if you want, maybe, whatever. Okay, I need additional to what you're talking about. Want to do something. Okay. Okay. So what Babylon is trying to tell us, brother, is that we must ensure the Lord, they asked the blind man, what happened to you? Who is that man? He said, I don't care. All I know is that before I could not do what, but now I can do what? I can see. His control now is that he can do what? So something is working. You know what I'm saying? A control must be something variable or constant. But has your life changed? Or is your life towards the path of what? Changing. You know what I'm saying? That must be a control that will help our lives to go. So look at what we are doing. Look at it very, very well. Am I enjoying it? Am I not? I love the pastoral work. I just love it. Just at times they're bad, but if you don't love it or love what you do, or some things there, it might not work. But before I could not see, but now I can do what I can see. So it's always important that you check where you are against a lot of factors around you and see if you are doing well or you are not doing well. But it is. It is. Because let's be sincere, where we come from, and it's a negative thing, you know what I'm saying? Where we come from, here, they have planned this place, this book. They have a plan for the next 5, 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Where this house is going to be. They have this. But where we come from, there is no national plan. They have it, but nobody is following it. You know what I'm saying? No state plan. It now carries to the home front that even when you plan, there are no infrastructures around you to help you in your plan. Are you getting what I'm saying? There's this man, he used to be, everybody knows him, Anikula Kukuti. He said the man wants to buy fan. He's saving up. When he went to the market, the fan was 200. So he went to meet the brother, the fan that he wants is 200. Now we have, let's just say, by now we have 200. 200 was complete after 6 months. He went back there. What happened? You understand? So you now become reckless. You understand what I'm saying? That becomes that. But now what you are trying to allude to is that once we now get here, there should be something like plan that we almost have. This year, I must enter college. Next year, I must finish college. Next year, I must do this. This must happen. I must have this. I must have that. I must have this. These are the same called plan. What the traveler is there. Want to say something, Rashid? You are not a man. That is why, thank you, Brother Lade. You see, we are talking about the men meeting. We are talking about the men meeting talking. And for those of us that were there last year, I found out that many of us, I don't know about Toulouse, but there is tendency that I came to America when I was like at a short age. And I thought I wasn't going to go back to where I come from and I escaped. You know, the Bible says the gate is open. The God has escaped. So I said the God is no longer coming back to what? The cage. But things change. Am I saying something? Okay. Now, after 10, 15 years down the line, now how do you want to stay there? I just ask. Nobody knows. But how about if you decide now to go back to Africa? You get what I'm saying? The primary thing that people in America is what they call it now, American dream is to own your house. Is that true? That's what we say. That's what we say. That it's better you look for ways to have a property in Africa for those of us that are still young. Now, why not start now planning to do it? Now, if you talk about this Shumo, you talk Mrs. Sanusi, Mrs. Agbami, Engineer Bello, the elderly ones among us. There are some things Sister Michelle can do that I can't do now. Is that true? There's a risk Sister Michelle can take that I can't take now. Is that true? There's a risk I can take now that Engineer Bello cannot take now. Are you getting what I'm saying? So now you must plan ahead for the next, and Dr. Opolu, you must plan now for the next stage of your life. What's next? How do I just find myself in 40 years? And I mean 10 years. Then I need to start making plans to ensure that 10 years down the line, I want to be here. I get what I'm saying. I feel like that you are thinking this down. It's really deep. But that's the way it's supposed to be. That's the way you find yourself. So, Sam Michelle, let's move it up now. Sam Michelle, start Sheyi, then Brother Sister, can I use it as an example? You know what we're talking about? Can I use it? I don't use it. Can I? You know what I'm talking about? Okay. What you told me, guys, I gave you right. Can I? Okay. Now you're going to do something. Now, we want to be successful in life, that's true. But many of us don't want to take the job that will take us there. Okay. Sister Rodina was sharing with me. In her heart, one day she wants to be a manager. That's everybody wants to be a manager. But before you become a manager, you must become supervisor. Two of us. Two of us. In her workplace, they were asking her to be supervisor. She was saying no. She's sitting down. She's listening to me. The day I had I wanted to talk. I was so upset. I was so the husband was, husband would say, take it now. Start praying about it. Start praying this thing you're praying. Man is supposed to pursue. So he said, until one day I was ministering and I now said that I now gave that analogy. So she now went back and God said that analogy is for you. She was even still not taking it. Have I said something? And her boss told her at work that this job I have reserved it for you is yours. But she doesn't want to take it. Now, what Sister Michelle said that you want a $100,000 job. But the manager job will not come like that. That's true. You have to change yourself. You have to put a step, they put in the industry. Is that true? Then you get something close to it. Some people that we meet that they plan very well. They plan to be supervisor. When they get supervisor, they plan to after manager, the first 2 years or 3 years. I have a 10-year plan that by the time I am, so by the time they spend 2 years there, they believe that the next step must come. So it alludes to what Sister Mimi is saying and what she is saying. That the next thing you plan, where do I want to do in 10 years? Not that just live every day as it comes. Then you spend 4 years as under one piece. You are not ready to be a supervisor. You are not ready to be an assistant manager. You are not ready to be a manager. Did you get what you are saying? Did you get what we're saying? Okay. What else is on the question? I don't know. Identifying your barrier and minimizing the risk. Okay. Now, the way you can identify your barrier, for instance, let's look at someone who has the homework. I can use that. That's easy. Who has homework to some? Who has homework? You know what I'm saying? And you know that you're a party person. All of a sudden, you now call Coxie. You call Kekere Eko. You understand that? Please come and have fun with me at home. I start talking. Then, or you want to watch? Okay, let's watch game. Let's go and watch games together. You go watch the game. Something is due. You understand? And you know you're a party person. And you like people to be around you. You are causing problems for yourself. So don't pick Coxie's call. Don't pick Kekere Eko's call. You have identified a barrier that once they come to me, what I'm trying to do, I might not be able to do. I get what I'm saying. Now, you like money a lot. They are now doing, what is this thing? Contribution. You now nominated yourself to be the what? The secretary. You know what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So now you have identified the problem. You know what I'm saying? You now do what? You avoid it. That you know what? I know my weakness. It's just identifying your weakness and running away from your weakness. Now, the bank knows that their work is to loan. Is that true? But before they loan, they must ensure that you pay back. So they have to identify, is this person going to pay back or not? Once they see that you're not going to pay back, they do what? Because their goal is for you to pay back their money, and I get it. So just identifying it and running away from it. What else comes there is good. I am brother also. Well, in the third week of our run to win, we talk about having passion, for what. Again, what Brother Osiki is trying to tell us is that, and that's what Brother Lawan was trying to tell us earlier on, that there is the place of consistency, Now, a lot of marriages break in this country now because why? The man or the woman, they are not willing to work it out. I'm not saying when it comes to eating and death, but the slightest trouble like this, God does not have money. But go and ask Mrs. Shomoye and those that those that are married long time, they will tell you that the appearance of trouble does not mean you should do what? But so in businesses, in churches, I was time in this church that you are looking at, we had something called a tsunami. So Michelle knows what I'm talking about. So after a day, so it's called a tsunami. Mrs. You are here, tsunami. Because I think this is the first one is survive. But it happens to every individual on the face of the earth. There will always be challenge. Two of us. It is your reaction challenges that matter. The politician in my country will say, and I thank God, that every time I fall, the can't figure to what will rise up to the So, brethren, if you come to me for a challenge, you come to me and say, Pastor, this is facing some challenges, what we are doing. Don't give up. Look for ways around it. I might say something. If you have problems with your house, sort it out. With your boss, sort it out. Look for ways to circumvent or to and God will help us. So be consistent. Another I will give us 2 Sundays now is that you are trying to a conflict wall. You are trying to put a nail to the conflict wall. The last thing you want to do is to, and the thing is not working, and you say, this wall is so strong here. You do for another one. Will you get it inside? No. So bro, Steve is telling us that at that point, you want to get the nail there. You get the right tool, is that true? Then you begin to not it consistently on that same spot. Eventually, you get inside. Then you hang your photo and strength the back. So you understand what I mean by making a plan, eh? Okay. One of the things that we need is to make plans to give to God. It's very, very important. So please, can I have an envelope? Let's always make plans to give God. And once we make plans to give God, God will always come back to us with Jesus. But see, now, maybe what will change after that passion is the difference between consistency and being rigid. You get what I'm saying? You understand what I mean by that? You don't know. Okay. Consistency and being what? Rigid. And flexible. Very flexible is what I mean. No, not flexible. Rigid. Rigid is when you say, you know what? I will just go back. You understand? And this is not working. And you are hitting your head. Instead of you to evaluate yourself and reassess. You understand? Look at all your options. Then you believe God for the next thing. I might say something. That's the difference. I'll look for that something. I'll bring up for it. Then, for so many people, you see this thing is not working. That's it to your head there. That's it staying there. I know that, okay, now, how do you now know that? What I'm just trying to say is that the difference between God still wants you to be there and God does not want you to be there again. You get what I'm saying? So God makes the difference. Let us, you understand, but we'll talk about it there and God will help us. Okay, let's give our offering then let's wrap up. On Friday, please let's join us. We have our workers meeting and as we come, God will bless us for the meeting. Don't worry about it. Just let's move it around. Let's rise up as we. How many enjoy the Bible study? Let's begin to use it for our life. God will help us. And let me appreciate God for coming to Bible study. And do we always gain from this Bible study? You know the one I like best? The one Stephanie asked that question. What was the question? This selfish, you want to make heaven alone. And I like, remember that? I love that. Let's share the grace and fellowship of the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, the love of God, and the sweet fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with us now and forevermore. Amen. Surely, God's goodness and mercy shall follow us all the days of our life, and we shall dwell